Yo, what is going on, guys? Today I am here with another video, but before I go ahead and get on into that, we recently hit 20,000 subscribers. We hit it a little bit after last video, and it's just an absolutely insane milestone. I appreciate it so much from you guys, and I can't wait to keep pushing out more content for you. But for now, we do have a giveaway. I will be giving a bond away for every 150 likes we can get on this video. In the past, I used to do a bond video, and I got 200 to 300 likes, so we'll see how much we can do here. I'll look to do a few more of these in the future throughout the next month for the 20,000 subscribers. But with that said, let's go ahead and get on into it. Today we are going to be testing T-bow at Cerberus. Now recently I did a testing where I went to mole with a T-bow and just checked out how good it was there. Now after looking at that, it was pretty decent, but I wasn't too impressed. Cerberus, however, is one that I've always had a question about. Cerberus I feel is really underrated in the sense that it's a very good Slayer boss, it's very profitable, and there isn't a lot of stuff on YouTube with the T-bow at Cerberus. However, after looking at it a little bit and testing it myself, it was insane to be able to use there. You rattle off a ton of high hits because Cerberus's defense is almost nothing. It's definitely really fun to use, and that's what we'll be testing here today. Now, as far as the two setups I'll be testing, I'll pretty much just be doing a T-bow with Arma and pretty much your max range setup to what your max melee setup would be as an alternative. In this case, a T-bow versus a bludgeon. But before we get into the comparison, let's go over some beginner info for Cerberus. The Slayer requirement to kill Cerberus is 91. Now you can actually get this assigned as a Hellhound's task, thus allowing you to be able to wild pie and do this task at level 86 if you want to. Now that does require a lot of wild pieing and it kind of is annoying, but totally up to you. In addition to this, the way to kill Cerberus mostly is melee. There is no range alternative to the T-bow that's very viable here. Unless someone's using a T-bow, almost certainly they are going to be meleeing this boss, so it is really strange to be able to use a T-bow in that sense. In addition to that, the average loot per kill is 68k. This is including all of the average drops that you get there, along with the crystal drops that you can get from time to time. And then the pet rate here at Cerberus is 1 in 3k, so I'll be using that when I calculate the pet rates later on in this video. So after my testing, this is what I was able to find with both of the armor sets I was using. Keep in mind, this is pretty much maxed out gear with both melee and range, so just know that going forward. As far as the average kill time with bandos and the bludgeon though, I was able to get 1 minute and 34 seconds. Now, this doesn't include the time to run to and from the bank. However, the total kills per hour does actually include all of that. So each individual kill, once you're there ready to kill it, is only 1 minute 34, but your total kills per hour is going to be more around 33.2. Also keep in mind here, I am pretty much max combat. In addition to that, the cost with bandos is a little lower than the twisted bow since you're not using arrows, and here the cost is 378k per hour. And then finally, the loot that you can expect per hour from Cerberus coming off of the 33.2 kills that you can get is close to 2.3 mil. Now this makes for a profit of 1.9 mil per hour, which when you compare it to other bosses actually isn't that bad, and I kind of think Cerberus is underrated in this aspect, but that's just me personally. Now looking at the rates that I was able to get with the twisted bow, the average kill time here is 1 minute and 17 seconds. This comes in 20 seconds lower than the bludgeon average time, so definitely worth it in that regard. In addition to that, the killing of Cerberus is just so much more relaxing with the bow. You're just constantly hitting and you don't have to worry too much about different attack styles, so it's really nice. All in all, this comes out to 40.3 kills per hour. Keep in mind that is also including run times to and from the bank. Overall though, a significant increase there in regards to kills per hour. Now the cost here does go up because of the arrows. Now here you have a 460k cost. It would be a little higher if you use dragon arrows, but I'll get into that in a second as to why you shouldn't. The total amount of loot that you can get per hour with the 40.3 kills per hour is 2.8 mil almost, coming out to a total of a 2.3 mil profit per hour with the twisted bow at Cerberus, making this a really, really good money-making method, obviously. As I was talking about a second ago as to why you shouldn't use dragon arrows here, basically I did a little bit of math because I was very curious as well. Overall, you lose about 200 arrows per hour here with the Amethyst or dragon arrows, whichever one you're using. Here I'm using an Ava's accumulator for testing since I haven't completed Dragon Slayer 2. I know, I'm a pleb. Either way though, it won't really matter. It's still going to be worth it for you to use Amethyst. So overall, the cost per hour, depending on what you're using, is going to be 280k with Dragon Arrows or 40k with Amethyst. Here, since Cerberus's defense is so low, the DPS difference with Amethyst to Dragon is not very significant, and thus in a span of an hour, you're able to get another kill and a half, which comes out to a total profit of 105k. So all in all, you're spending another 240k to make another 105k back. Obviously an instance where it is not going to be worth it for you to use Dragon Arrows. So comparing the twisted bow and the ranging method with the melee method, overall the cost per hour, you do save yourself 80k per hour with the bandos and abyssal bludgeon. However, you do come at the cost of 7 kills per hour less that you won't be getting. These 7 kills per hour have an average drop of 68k as we stated earlier. Thus, if we take the total loot that you could have gotten with the T-bow and subtract the money that you save with the bandos, the net difference per hour is 400k in profit, which is what we saw earlier. Now, whenever I PVM, personally, I really do enjoy the pet hunting aspect of it. Sometimes I don't even go to bosses anymore if I already have the pet there because I just know they aren't efficient to do. So a way I like to quantify the T-bow's ability is to be able to put it just in pet time, pretty much. As far as this goes, the amount of hours it will take you to get the pet on average with the bludgeon and bando setup will be 90.3 hours, while with the armadillo and T-bow setup, it'll be closer to 75 hours. Now, the total loot that you'll be getting from Cerberus with either of these setups will be 172 mil. However, with the bando setup, you'll actually be saving yourself 6.2 mil in supplies that you need. All in all, this means that the profit from Cerberus on the time to getting a pet is 172 mil with the T-bow and 178.2 with the bandos. All in all, the way I like to compare it is pretty much just see how much extra money you can make by using a T-bow here, and really how efficient it is going to be. So bandos, in theory, does save you 6.2 mil on your way to getting the pet. However, the twisted bow will save you 15.7 hours. Now, time alone could be invaluable if you think of it that way. However, if you reinvest those 15.7 hours back into the game, making say 2.5 mil per hour, because I would assume anyone that can afford a T-bow can probably make that much. This means that the overall amount of money extra that you'll be making back from Cerberus by using the T-bow is 33 mil in total. Basically what this means is by solely choosing to do Cerberus with a T-bow from start to finish if you're going on a pet grind, you'll end up saving yourself 33 mil in total. And yeah, that is going to be it for me this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like. On top of that, comment down below your RS name along with being subscribed to the channel if you want to be entered into the giveaway. If you want to see any T-bow testing or any comparison videos from me going forward, make sure to leave that in a comment as well. And yeah, with all that said, I thank you guys again for 20,000 subscribers. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.